Alright, this is my Road to Nationals series, where I'll document my training to become the best comp climber I can, and hopefully reach my goal of making Nationals before I age out of the youth category in about 4 years. So in today's video, we're doing flash training. So I picked 10 boulders, I have 1 attempt per boulder, and progressively get harder, and I've already done all these boulders. But if you fall, then you have to go all the way back to the first one. So this is the first one here, and the second one here. So this boulder was really cool. I always really like it because I'm not good at toe hooks, and it makes me feel better at toe hooks. Also just a good toe hook trainer for me. Yeah, it's nice and flowy. And then the third boulder is where it gets pretty interesting. Oh. So the third boulder here, I really enjoy it because there's a lot of ways to do it. I chose the static way for the flash challenge just to like make sure I get it pretty much every time. But the first way I did it was I got my foot where the pink tape is and then dynoed over to the start or the second hold, which is zone, and then popped up without using that hold, or without using the white hold that I'll be using here. And the reason why I did that is just because I didn't read it very well the first time I did it. But also on this last move I learned, so every time I did it, I wasn't really landing the foot in the right spot. What I did this time was I crossed my left foot through to make it really accurate. It doesn't really matter where your foot is on that move, but it definitely makes it look cooler. And it's more accurate, which is good. This next boulder is pretty interesting. It really highlighted some of my weaknesses though, on like trusting like small bad feet, because instead of using the red foot right to the right of my foot, I just kind of palm pressed and just like reached way over to the pinch. And if I was shorter, I would have to trust the small foot. So that's something I need to work on with this boulder in particular. So yeah, that's something I just need to get better at. Is like working on small feet. And then coming up here, the fifth boulder. This one I really like. It's just a classic run dyno. And one thing I found to help me on this one is like getting into routine. So like I choose to do it 3 times, or like swoop my legs 3 times before I go. And also what happened there was for some reason my ankle like hit the wall, so like kicked my foot out and kind of hurt. But I was able to somehow keep it going. And this top, this also highlights another one of my weaknesses. It's just like mobility. But I really like this ending. It's like you have to get a high foot. It's kind of like, it's pretty chill, but like it's still kind of on you. So you have to like you can't just like turn off. Like you have to like keep climbing. This boulder, this next boulder here, I learned a ton on like committing. So like it doesn't seem all that far, but it's pretty far down. So what I learned to do was I dragged my left foot across the wall to kind of help like judge where I needed to land. And that really helped me on this boulder. This next move is also needed something I need to work on, just standing up really quickly, because I kept on like just using the left side of the hold instead of just jumping to the very good part. This slab climb, I think I put a lot of work into like this like delicate slab climbing, especially with no hands on like smeary feet, and it's something that's like highlighted really or here that I think I do pretty well. And also another thing I found out, or at least another thing I've been doing more, is like on these like more like sketchy and committing boulders, if there's like a good point where you can just kind of like take a breather, just like take a deep breath and kind of reset before the next move. And this match was like really hard for me. I don't know. I think they want you to just like touch instead of using the crimp. Alright, so coming up to this next boulder. This boulder is kind of a nemesis boulder for me. This first move is just like really delicate, and you have to get your hips in the right spot. So what they want you to do is just kind of like pogo up and kind of stand no hands. And so in the round, so we had like a round on all of these comp boulders like a few weeks ago. And this one took me like a while to figure out this first move. And like when I tried like the 10 boulder drill today, I was having like a really hard time on it. And so like after the hour was over, I just did a bunch of drills on it. I don't have it on video, but so what I did on this boulder was so I did this drill on like boulders that are kind of like I'm struggling on a lot, especially like complex movement, where I'll do it 5 times in a row, and if I fall, then you reset the tally back to 0. So on this boulder, it took me like I think 4 goes to take this first move, and I'll just let this video play out, but then I'll go into the tip of the day. I probably did this one like 9 times because I got it like 4 times in a row, and then I fell, and then I had to do it another 5 times in a row. So I ended up doing like a bunch. But after this, so this last move too was also like pretty committing. But this leads into another tip of the day. That when I was doing this, I found out a way to get it pretty much every time. This first move. So you kind of want to make like a semicircle with your hips before you go to this move, especially because there's these big holds right here that are kind of limiting where you are. So you come out, around the holds, and then in, and then you hips land right underneath you. So that way you can get around these big orange and purple holds and this white hold that are kind of in the way. This next boulder was a similar boulder, another Nemesis boulder. I don't know why it got cut out. But, so this first move revolves around like a toe hook catch, and you have to like plant and then land. So I didn't get to this one in the round because this one was number 9. And in the hour that I had, I only got to number 8, which is the pink one. So I just did drills on it after. And another tip of the day here that I learned when I was doing it was, so on toe hook catches where your foot lands, where your foot lands before your hand like this, unlock the toe hook before you land. So that way you can be more accurate with the foot, and then land the foot, and then land the hand. But if it's a move where your hand leads first, so like your hand hits the hold before your foot, then you want to keep the toe hook to get farther over for your hand. So with that trick, I was able to do this 5 times in a row. Pretty chill. And really like drill it out. I did the same drill I did on the pink one with this climb. Yeah. So it felt pretty chill once I drilled it out. And then after this, I don't have it on video, but on Thursdays I do like a 15-minute ground core workout. So pretty much what the ground core workout entails, it's 15 minutes long. You have a series of 30-second exercises, so that's 9 exercises. And you have a 30-second rest after that, and you do that 3 times. And it's like a lot of like stuff with your legs, like leg lifts and like back core, because I think that's really important. And I feel like something that like is honestly sometimes more important than like your actual like abdominal muscles. And so I'll do that on Thursdays and Saturdays, and then Mondays and Wednesdays I'll do hanging core, because I think that's also really beneficial. Because like if you're in like a steep roof and you have to like move your foot, then that's really good for like training that. But anyways, that was my session today, or yesterday. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.